Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. Today is July 18th, 2025, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, never a dull moment in the markets. The Nasdaq trades to new all-time record highs, clearing 23K. Now looking at today, no major economic events scheduled. However, we do have corporate earnings for a very big financial institution called American Express. Now looking at the market, starting out with the Forex symbols, we're watching the major pairs get a slight bounce versus the dollar, and looking at those indices, Nasdaq made new highs and the Dow Jones edging higher. Now looking at commodities, they all got a bounce. That includes gold, natural gas, and oil. Now looking at the stocks, they're really mixed. Some strong, some not strong, and some making new highs, including NVIDIA. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin edges to its upper range while we're seeing XRP and Solana just being so strong. But first, let's look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the Euro USD. Now it's a slight bounce. It's not a big deal, but it's an important bounce because we are at supporters level and it's going across the board. If we look at the British pound as well, we're getting that bounce right at that 133.70. We're at 134-ish level. So a decent bounce, 30 pips, but I'd like to see what happens after this. I anticipated this because it is at supporters level, so let's see what happens following this, but then we'll be a lot smarter. Now looking at Japanese yen, it's not retracing, okay, which is showing some weakness versus the dollar vis-a-vis some of the other pairs. Now looking at commodities, starting out with crude oil, getting a decent bounce, very choppy market, untradeable really if you ask me. And looking at gold, also very choppy market, untradeable, and natural gas just holding on to itself and getting that second wind, okay, after having a very decent upwards momentum. Now you could see that this upward momentum is kind of phasing out. Okay, we're trading on a sideways and we're trading in a relatively tight range between 351 and 345. Okay, so it's 6 cents, not a big deal, but remember, natural gas moves in very lucrative ways, okay, and more bang for your buck. Now looking at the US markets, let's take a look at the Nasdaq making all-time record highs, clearing 23K for the first time, and that is super strong. If we look at a monthly chart, you can see dead highs, okay? All intents and purposes, we are there and celebrated, okay? All intents and purposes, you know, all the stocks are really nicely gaining, okay, in the tech sector. Not all, but some of them, okay, are really trading to new record highs, including NVIDIA. Dow Jones inches higher, back to its upper range here. Now let's break it down based on the stocks. Okay, Bank of America came out with their quarterly earning reports, smashing it, okay, and rebounding from its record highs. Now what happened to JP Morgan? Yeah, it bounced back, but it's not with that fervor that I would have expected it. Okay, Tesla also had a decent week on the upside, somewhat maintaining that momentum to the upside as well. Netflix kind of coming back to itself also, as that also came out with quarterly earning reports, and we're still in the midst of this eye of the hurricane, if you want to say it, okay, if you want to call it that, as most of the big tech stocks will still be coming out with their quarterly earning reports. Microsoft back to all-time record highs. So between Microsoft and NVIDIA, you know, that is enough to push the Nasdaq to all-time record highs. AMD still very strong. Look at that, okay? Just gap and go, like as if there's no tomorrow. Yes, does it still have way to go up on its upside? Absolutely. But this is a big move for a stock that's worth $100, okay, and making it back even more. Now, NVIDIA making record highs at this 171, just very consistently making highs with higher gaps, okay, with gapping up and going, okay, so it's still very strong as well as it's moving up to the higher side. Now, as it's moving higher, you want to get cautious in buying it, okay, you want to get cautious in selling it because, you know, it could continue going higher, okay, you can't fight the trend, but just be cautious. If you're in it, you want to pull out of it. You want to chase it up and make sure it's coming in. Now looking at Bitcoin, we're up to our upper range at this 119-ish level as it's making a huge comeback as well. So the stocks are, or the assets are really making, again, a rotation of a major comeback in the summertime, okay, which is super important because summertime are known for trading lighter volume. This is the Fed Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.
My advice, this is the best time to trade.